Welcome back to Wall Street Confidential. Presidential-elect Obama goes to Washington to suggest a bailout for the U.S. auto industry. Right. Jim, I have to ask you, is this a good idea?
All right. No.
Okay.
On every plane except for one, and that one trumps everything else, which is that we have to fight a two-pronged war against a recession. And the first is financial stability, as measured by LIBOR, or as measured by banks collapsing. And we're winning that war. Okay, we're winning that part of the war. Let's regard that as Japan. Okay, we're winning World War II. We're winning in Japan. But then there's this other issue, which is of the Axis powers, the Nazis. And we're not winning that war if we only focus on financial stability, because that war involves unemployment, and that is a much bigger, more important theater to fight in. And GM, Ford, Chrysler are at the fulcrum of employment. A lot of people clearly recognize correctly that if you let AIG go, that could be like letting Lehman go, and that is catastrophic for the financial stability, although very few jobs are lost. Okay, but financial stability is our ability to be able to have credit to be able to grow the economy. Okay, if you can't grow the economy, then you have to lay off people. If you have to lay off people, you get an unemployment issue. Now, why is unemployment so important? And this continues to elude so many of those who just say, listen, GM's fat and bloated. GM, of course, I mean, I will go to them and say it's twice as flat and bloated. I don't care. The issue is most of the models that we use on housing, and why everybody lost so much money on housing, is that they're employment models, meaning that you don't skip your mortgage payment unless you've lost your job. What people didn't realize is that there was so much speculation in housing, of course not mentioned in the CPI because housing isn't in the CPI. There's so much speculation in housing that there was a second reason why you would default, which is that you couldn't flip. We take that off the table. The flippers are all gone. The next reason why foreclosures will spike, and I think we saw this a little bit from Toll Brothers this morning, is unemployment, and that's irreversible. We drive out the speculators. That's fine. We should recover. We will not recover from unemployment spiking, and because foreclosures are at the fulcrum of everything that's going wrong. What you're doing is you're not creating a single job with the financial stability issues. Not a single job is being created by TARP. But what you can do is preserve jobs, and by doing that, the way to do that is to preserve the auto industry, whether you like it or not.
My question is, though, so the $700 billion plan expands to auto industries. Will they really not cut jobs? Will they really keep the jobs that they have?
Remember, I'm not creating jobs. We can't create jobs. I just want unemployment to stay under 10%. Whatever can be done now to keep unemployment over. Unemployment over 10% will mean a Great Depression in this country. We'll put that back on the table. We took the Great Depression off the table when it came to financial stability when we did all these things. That was great. But we will put the Great Depression back on the table if we have unemployment spiking over 10. So yes, there will be lots of jobs lost. But if we can keep it under 10, and we're well away from 10 right now, then we can get out of this thing by next year.
All right.
We cannot get out of it by next year if unemployment spikes over 10. Just can't.
So save the autos, save the jobs.
Save the autos, save the jobs. Put your moral calculations away if you don't work in the auto industry or nearby, because your moral calculations are the same as what they thought about AIG and Lehman out there, so to speak, is what we think about GM here. Both of them feel like the halves of the country feel like that the other half shouldn't have benefited, but that's tough. We want to. The overall goal is to win the war, and winning the war means no Great Depression.
Which means unemployment under 10%.
Right.
Thank you so much, Jim Cramer. And for more of Jim Cramer's trading strategy, trade with him for free, a free trial at actionatthestreet.com.